blistering rays, cooking the barren, cracked earth, questioning the ultimate value of this arid birth, wandering blindly through the suffocating dusty haze, trapped forever inside an endless fiery maze, mirages shimmering falsely upon the baked terrain, praying desperately for a single drop of cooling rain. Vultures circling high above the sweltering heat, dragging my exhausted, deeply blistered feet. Canteens drained, completely empty since yesterday, watching our fragile civilization quickly decay. Solar flares erupting violently in the stratosphere, facing an overwhelming, paralyzing existential fear. Temperature climbs higher, sky is made of fire, shadows disappear, apocalypse is here. Crimson sun, boiling the marrow inside my bones, leaving me completely isolated and entirely alone. Scorching the atmosphere until it bleeds a bloody red, walking silently among the valleys of the walking dead. Surviving the inferno requires an ironclad will, refusing to succumb while standing on this burning hill. Seeking refuge beneath a crumbling sandstone arch, continuing this incredibly brutal, punishing march, skin peeling painfully from the ultraviolet exposure, lacking any semblance of emotional composure, navigating by the alignment of the parched canyon, hoping to encounter a trustworthy, loyal companion. Drops stealing the moisture from my cracking lip, losing my previously formidable, tenacious grip. Tumbleweeds rolling aggressively across the flat land, burying our memories underneath the shifting sand. Sprinting fiercely against the blinding, toxic glare, breathing in the heavy smoke-filled, stagnant air. Temperature climbs higher, sky is made of fire, shadows disappear, apocalypse is here. Crimson sun, boiling the marrow inside my bones, leaving me completely isolated and entirely alone. Scorching the atmosphere until it bleeds a bloody red, walking silently among the valleys of the walking dead. Surviving the inferno requires an ironclad will, refusing to succumb while standing on this burning hill. Far behind, we adapt to the magma and the volcanic rock, ignoring the ticking of the doomsday clock. Keep walking, ignore the thirst, push onward, expect the worst. Crimson sun, boiling the marrow inside my bone, leaving me completely isolated and entirely alone. Oh, scorching the atmosphere until it bleeds a bloody red, walking silently among the valleys of the walking dead. Surviving the inferno requires an ironclad will, refusing to succumb while standing on this burning hill. Burning out, horizon bleeds, ashes scatter, planting seeds. tinted windows on the coastal highway drive, feeling incredibly grateful simply to be breathing and alive. The July sunshine is melting on my heavy accumulated guilt, dismantling the tall defensive walls that I previously built, forgiving the past lovers who completely broke my fragile trust, leaving all the bitter resentment permanently in the roadside dust.
August heat is sweating out the incredibly toxic negative thought, realizing the phenomenally valuable lessons that my failures taught, watching the seagulls dive spectacularly into the sparkling bay, knowing that my monumental mistakes are finally washed away. Ice cubes are melting rapidly inside my tall, refreshing glass, watching the incredibly beautiful, optimistic scenery roll past. Solstice brings the heat, making life complete. Winter is erased, bitterness replaced. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky, refusing to spend another moment wondering exactly how or why. Basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray, letting the gentle coastal breeze completely blow the pain away. This Pacific season offers a spectacular, unmerited second chance, inviting my deeply scarred soul to a wonderfully joyful new dance. Parking the convertible directly upon the soft white sand, walking confidently forward without needing to hold a hand. The thermometer is rising, but my temper is completely cool, graduating successfully from the incredibly harsh societal school. Sunflowers are turning their yellow faces toward the massive light. Everything that was previously wrong is finally feeling entirely right. Applying the soothing aloe vera onto my previously burned skin, ready to let the next incredibly beautiful chapter finally begin. Taking a phenomenally deep, remarkably cleansing lung full of air, removing the incredibly heavy, unnecessary burdens I used to bear, laughing loudly at the incredibly silly things I used to deeply fear, recognizing that my emotional vision is now spectacularly clear. Solstice brings the heat, making life complete. Winter is erased, bitterness replaced. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky, refusing to spend another moment wondering exactly how or why. Basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray, letting the gentle coastal breeze completely blow the pain away. This specific season offers a spectacular, unmerited second chance, inviting my deeply scarred soul to a wonderfully joyful new dance. Seasons consistently change, and so do our incredibly complex minds, leaving the freezing, isolating, and punishing darkness far behind. Let the glorious equinox reset your entirely damaged, weary heart, granting you a spectacularly beautiful, remarkably fresh new start. Soak it in, feel the sun. Pain is over, life's begun. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky, under the blazing blue sky. Spend another moment wondering exactly how or why. Basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray, letting the gentle coastal breeze completely blow the pain away.
having fun.
Inheriting the remarkably beautiful, phenomenally pristine beach, keeping the most valuable lessons comfortably within our reach. Our bloodlines contain an incredibly noble, deeply resilient trace, projecting a remarkably dignified, phenomenally unshakable grace. We do not require diamonds to validate our undeniable self-worth. We are the legitimate, highly respected inheritors of this earth.
The vast ocean serves flawlessly as our protective, magnificent mold, standing incredibly tall inside my remarkably humble woven code. Wealth is entirely measured by the deeply unified,
Strong community,
rejecting the incredibly toxic, highly divisive
global disunity.
palm trees act perfectly as our spectacularly tall
Green flags,
refusing to be defined by our historically torn, impoverished tracks.
posture standing straight, masters of our fate. Dignity is shown, sitting on the throne. Island royalty commanding respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in the phenomenally unified sovereigns of its remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride everywhere we physically choose to go. True kings and queens serve their people with an absolute devotion, governing this remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean.
Passing down profound wisdom instead of meaningless paper currency, addressing the community issues with a deeply compassionate urgency. Elders are treated remarkably like the highest supreme diplomats, sitting comfortably upon the intricately woven traditional floor mats. Our majestic lineage is phenomenally recorded in the coastal sand, protecting the absolute integrity of our highly sacred native land.
Holding my chin incredibly high despite the heavy historical trial, greeting the incredibly harsh world with a phenomenally warm smile. The mountains are remarkably sturdy, entirely natural fortress. I am a fiercely independent, highly educated, phenomenal sorceress.
Respect is an incredibly vital currency that must be correctly earned,
Applying the phenomenally difficult lessons that we deeply learn. Posture standing straight, masters of our fate. Dignity is shown, sitting on the throne. Island royalty commanding respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in a phenomenally unified sovereigns of this remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride everywhere
have miraculously survived the incredibly massive historical flood. Let our absolute nobility shine brightly through our everyday action, remaining completely immune to the incredibly petty global distraction. Calm your mind, rule your heart, play your highly noble part. Island royalty commanding respect without needing a violent sword, speaking in a phenomenally unified sovereigns of this remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride everywhere we physically choose to go. True kings and queens serve their people with an absolute devotion, governing this remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean. Reign forever, islands stand. Ooh. Royalty of the sand. Calculating incredibly complex interstellar trajectories, unlocking the deepest, most profound galactic mysteries, engaging the hyperdrive mechanism to warp through time, leaving the conventional three-dimensional reality behind. Nebulas bursting brightly with the spectacular purple hue, discovering an entirely different, alternative cosmic view.
Twisting the frequency knobs upon the message control panel, broadcasting our message across a highly classified channel. Asteroid fields completely bypassed by our sonic radar, navigating smoothly around the gravitational pull of the star. Our spaceship is powered solely by a vibrating low frequency, fulfilling our absolute predetermined magnificent sequence.
Engines humming low, through the wormhole go, galaxies align, reading the design. Drug destiny propelling us directly into the unknown tomorrow, leaving behind all the terrestrial, mundane, earthly sorrow. Riding the heavy echo straight across the cosmic divide, taking a spectacularly thrilling intergalactic sonic ride, predicting the future through the mathematics of the groove, watching the entire universe systematically, perfectly move.
Holographic projections displaying the distant constellation, approaching the beautifully illuminated final destination. Quantum leaping effortlessly across the vast empty void, dodging the dangerously erratic incoming rocky meteoroid. Baselines are communicating with the alien civilizations, forming completely unprecedented interplanetary relations.
Teleporting our consciousness into the digital mainframe, realizing that the concept of gravity is merely a game. Satellites transmitting our revolutionary upbeat rhythm, processing the audio through a highly advanced prism. Time is completely relative when you travel at this speed, fulfilling an ancient, futuristic, and profound cosmic need. Engines humming low, through the wormhole go, galaxies align,
reading the design of destiny, propelling us directly into the unknown tomorrow, leaving behind all the terrestrial, mundane, earthly sorrow. Riding the heavy echo straight across the cosmic divide, taking a spectacularly thrilling intergalactic sonic ride, predicting the future through the mathematics of the groove, watching the entire universe systematically, perfectly move. Past and present are simultaneously colliding in this place. We are infinite beings exploring the outer limits of space. Let the reverberation carry us to the edge of infinity, embracing the ultimate realization of our dub divinity.
System check. Warp speed. Destination set. Fulfill the need.
Dub destiny propelling us directly into the unknown tomorrow, leaving behind all the terrestrial, mundane, earthly sorrow. Riding the heavy echo straight across the cosmic divide, taking a spectacularly thrilling intergalactic sonic ride, predicting the future to the mathematics of the groove, watching the entire universe systematically, perfectly move. Echo fades, stars blur.
We become what we were.
Echo fades, stars blur. Blistering rays cooking the barren, cracked earth, questioning the ultimate value of this arid birth, wandering blindly through the suffocating dusty haze, trapped forever inside an endless fiery maze. Mirages shimmering falsely upon the baked terrain, praying desperately for a single drop of cooling rain.
Vultures circling high above the sweltering heat, dragging my exhausted, deeply blistered feet. Canteens drained completely empty since yesterday, watching our fragile civilization quickly decay. Solar flares erupting violently in the stratosphere, facing an overwhelming, paralyzing existential fear.
Temperature climbs high, sky is made of fire, shadows disappear, apocalypse is here. Crimson sun boiling the marrow inside my bone, leaving me completely isolated, entirely alone, scorching the atmosphere until it bleeds a bloody red, walking silently among the valleys of the walking dead. Surviving the inferno requires an ironclad will, refusing to succumb while standing on this burning hill.
Seeking refuge beneath a crumbling sandstone arch, continuing this incredibly brutal, punishing march. Skin peeling painfully from the ultraviolet exposure, lacking any semblance of emotional composure. Navigating by the alignment of the parched canyon, hoping to encounter a trustworthy, loyal companion.
Drought stealing the moisture from my cracking lip, losing my previously formidable, tenacious grip. Tumbleweeds rolling aggressively across the flat land, burying our memories underneath the shifting sand. Squinting fiercely against the blinding toxic glare, breathing in the heavy smoke-filled stagnant air. Temperature climbs high, skies made of fire, shadows disappear, apocalypse is here. Crimson sun boiling the marrow leaving the verdant pastures of yesterday far behind. We adapt to the magma and the volcanic rock, ignoring the ticking of the doomsday clock. Keep walking, ignore the thirst, push onward, expect the worst. Crimson sun, boiling the marrow inside my bone, leaving me completely isolated and entirely alone. Scorching the atmosphere until it bleeds a bloody red, walking silently among the valleys of the walking dead. Surviving the inferno requires an ironclad will, refusing to succumb while standing on this burning hill. Burning out, horizon bleeds, ashes scatter, planting seeds. Burning out, horizon bleeds. Walking through the glowing avenues of holographic light, bypassing the facial recognition cameras of the night, uploading conscious algorithms straight into the mainframe, refusing to participate within the simulated game. Billboards flashing heavily with artificial corporate smiles, downloading the ancient wisdom from the hidden encrypted files.
Plugging my connector directly into the underground grid, uncovering the ugly truths the politicians
Proudly hid,
typing out the
revolutionary code upon the keyboard, dismantling the power of the technological overlord. Optical fibers transmitting the heavily rebellious spark, illuminating the incredibly oppressive cybernetic dark. Pixels start to blend, signals that we send, matrix starts to crack. We are taken back. Neon Zion blinking brightly in the virtual domain, breaking every single digital and algorithmic chain, finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte, merging our organic souls with fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry, achieving our monumental, unprecedented online liberty.
drones are patrolling the heavily restricted upper airspace, but they cannot eradicate the human spirit from this place. Broadcasting a pirate radio signal through the firewall, watching the incredibly massive tech monopoly empire fall, decrypting the passwords to unlock the universal truth, inspiring the heavily marginalized.
Cyberpunk youth, avatars are marching proudly down the virtual boulevard, evading the incredibly strict robotic security guard. Metallic hearts are beating with the surprisingly warm pulse, rejecting the societal programming that feels deeply false, wiring our collective consciousness into a singular node, walking courageously down this newly illuminated road. Pixels start to blend, signals that we send, matrix starts to crack. We are taken back. Neon Zion blinking brightly in the virtual domain, breaking every single digital and algorithmic chain, finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte, merging our organic souls with fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry, achieving a monumental, unprecedented online liberty.
hack the core, cut the wire. Neon dreams, catching fire.
Neon Zion blinking brightly in the virtual domain. Oh, breaking every single digital and algorithmic chain. Finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte, merging our organic souls with fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry, achieving a monumental, unprecedented online liberty. System crash, reboot the mind. Neon fades, real life we find. Dusting off the incredibly fragile classic turntable needle, teaching the youngest toddlers how to solve the cultural riddle. Searching through the attic for my grandmother's recipe book, giving the neglected traditions a highly necessary second look. Singing the forgotten lullabies to the sleeping innocent child. Remembering when the neighborhood was phenomenally wild.
Polishing the brass buttons on my grandfather's
Tailored coat,
memorizing every single
beautiful historically significant note.
gathering the curious youth underneath the giant banyan tree,
Explaining exactly how our oppressed people finally became free. The foundational rhythms are completely ingrained in my DNA, ensuring these magnificent customs will absolutely never decay. Elders speak the truth, guiding up the youth. History returns while the fire burns. Roots revival, bringing the magnificent foundation back to life. Cutting through the modern ignorance with the sharp cultural knife. Honoring the incredibly brave, resilient and creative pioneers. Erasing the generational gaps and the heavily accumulated tears. Planting the original seeds directly into the highly fertile soil. Reaping the phenomenal benefits of our ancestors' heavy toil.
yeah. Playing the acoustic guitar with a highly traditional, listening to the incredibly powerful message of the talking drum, reconnecting the heavily severed, completely broken family ties, exposing the highly sophisticated, incredibly destructive lies. Language and dialect preserved meticulously through the oral tale, ensuring our magnificent ancestral heritage will never ever fail. Wearing the deeply symbolic, incredibly vibrant, woven garment, refusing to be subjected to any further historical bombardment. Cooking the traditional stews in the heavy cast iron cooking pot, appreciating the phenomenally rich culture that we already got. Dancing the original steps upon the heavily scuffed wooden floor. Open the previously locked, incredibly vital educational door. Elders speak the truth, guiding up the youth. History returns
ancestors' heavy toil.
Oh, a magnificent towering tree will simply fall without its root. We must protect the integrity of this highly coveted
Sweet fruit,
let the analog frequencies completely wash away the digital code, embracing the phenomenally beautiful stories
of the brave and old. Stand your ground, know your past, build it strong, make it last.
Roots revival, bringing the magnificent foundation back to life. Oh, cutting through the modern ignorance with the sharp cultural knife. Honoring the incredibly brave, resilient and creative pioneers. Erasing the generational gaps and the heavily accumulated tears.
Planting the original seeds directly into the highly fertile soil. Reaping the phenomenal benefits of our ancestors' heavy toil. Spin the record, play it loud, make the ancestors incredibly proud.
Aligning the 7 chakras perfectly along the spinal cord. Rejecting the superficial temptations of the material lord. Opening the pineal gland to perceive the invisible realm. Taking absolute conscious control of the metaphysical helm. Breathing in the highly vibrating cosmic prana energy. Unlocking the incredibly complex universal synergy.
Deciphering the cryptic hieroglyphs written on the ancient scroll. Nourishing the eternally wandering, deeply inquisitive soul. Levitating mentally above the chaotic earthly dimension. Reaching a state of phenomenally pure absolute ascension. Ego is completely dissolving into the vast infinite space. Discovering the ultimate truth of the entire human race. Aura glowing bright, stepping into light. Frequencies ascend where the dimensions blend. Mystic crown resting invisibly upon the enlightened head. Understanding everything the wise ancestors previously said. Ruling the internal kingdom with the beautifully calm supreme. Waking up consciously inside this heavenly illusionary dream. Sovereignty of the mind is the ultimate undeniable prize. Seeing the absolute reality through fully open third eyes. Projecting the astral body far across the celestial sphere. Completely eradicating any lingering subconscious fear. Communicating telepathically with the ascending masters. Averting the heavily predicted global spiritual disasters.
Drinking incredibly sweet metaphorical lotus nectar.
Acting as the permanent psychological
Holy protector.
Mantras are vibrating softly against the back of my throat.
sailing securely upon this deeply philosophical mental boat.
Geometry is unfolding flawlessly within the sacred flower, claiming my inherent, remarkably potent divine power. The universe is reflecting perfectly inside my focused gaze, navigating successfully through this highly confusing maze. Aura glowing bright, stepping into light, frequencies ascend where the dimensions blend. Mystic crown resting invisibly upon the enlightened dead, understanding everything the wise ancestors previously said, ruling the internal kingdom with the beautifully calm supreme, waking up consciously inside this heavenly illusionary dream. Sovereignty of the mind is the ultimate undeniable prize, seeing the absolute reality through fully open third eyes. Jewels and diamonds cannot possibly decorate the intellect. We command an entirely different spiritual kind of respect. Let the consciousness expand indefinitely without any bounds, listening closely to the magnificent unearthly silent sounds. Close your eyes, see the truth. Ancient mind, eternal youth. Mystic crown resting invisibly upon the enlightened dead, understanding everything the wise ancestors previously said, ruling the internal kingdom with the beautifully calm supreme, waking up consciously inside this heavenly illusionary dream. Sovereignty of the mind is the ultimate undeniable prize, seeing the absolute reality through fully open third eyes. Mind awakens, crown is worn, new awareness, beautifully born. Walking through the glowing avenues of holographic light, bypassing the facial recognition cameras of the night, uploading conscious algorithms straight into the mainframe, refusing to participate within the simulated game. Billboards flashing heavily with artificial corporate smiles, downloading the ancient wisdom from the hidden encrypted files, plugging my connector directly into the underground grid, uncovering the ugly truths the politicians proudly hid. Typing out a revolutionary code upon the keyboard, dismantling the power of the technological overload. Optical fibers transmitting the heavily rebellious spark, illuminating the incredibly oppressive cybernetic dark. Pixels start to blend, signals that we send, matrix starts to crack. We are taking back neon Zion, blinking brightly in the virtual domain, breaking every single digital and algorithmic chain, finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte, merging our organic souls with fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry, achieving a monumental, unprecedented online liberty.
Drones are patrolling the heavily restricted upper airspace, but they cannot eradicate the human spirit from this place. Broadcasting a pirate radio signal through the firewall, tech monopoly empire fall. Equipped in the past was to unlock the universal truth, inspiring the heavily marginalized cyberpunk youth. Avatars are marching proudly down the virtual boulevard, evading the incredibly strict robotic security guard. Metallic hearts are beating with the surprisingly warm pulse, rejecting a societal programming that feels deeply false, wiring our collective consciousness into a singular node, walking courageously down this newly illuminated road. Pixels start to blend, signals that we send, matrix starts to crack. We are taking back neon Zion, thinking brightly in the virtual domain, breaking every single digit to the algorithmic chain, finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte, merging our organic souls with fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry, achieving monumental, unprecedented online liberty. Machinery will absolutely never replicate the human soul. We are retaining our magnificent biological control. Let the servers overheat and let the monitors completely fry. Our organic destiny is written boldly across the real sky. Hack the core, cut the wire, neon dreams catching fire. Neon fire, blinking brightly in the virtual domain, breaking every single digital and algorithmic chain, finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte, merging our organic souls with fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry, achieving a monumental, unprecedented online liberty. System crash, reboot the mind, neon fades, real life we find. Inheriting the remarkably beautiful, phenomenally pristine beach, keeping the most valuable lessons comfortably within our reach. Our bloodlines contain an incredibly noble, deeply resilient trace, projecting a remarkably dignified, phenomenally unshakable grace. We do not require diamonds to validate our undeniable self-worth. We are the legitimate, highly respected inheritors of this earth. The vast ocean serves flawlessly as a protective, magnificent moat, standing incredibly tall inside my remarkably humble woven coat. Wealth is entirely measured by the deeply unified, strong community, rejecting the incredibly toxic, highly divisive global disunity. Palm trees act perfectly as our spectacularly tall green flags refusing to be defined by our historically torn, impoverished race. Pastors standing straight, masters of our fate. Dignity is shown, sitting on the throne. Island royalty commanding respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in a phenomenally beautified sovereigns of this remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride everywhere we physically choose to go. True kings and queens serve their people with an absolute devotion, governing this remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean.
Passing down profound wisdom instead of meaningless paper currency. Addressing the community issues with a deeply compassionate urgency. Elders are treated remarkably like the highest supreme diplomats, sitting comfortably up on the intricately woven traditional floor maps. Our majestic lineage is phenomenally recorded in the coastal sand, protecting the absolute integrity of our highly sacred native land.
Holding my chin incredibly high despite the heavy historical trial, greeting the incredibly harsh world with a phenomenally warm smile. The mountains are remarkably sturdy, entirely natural fortress. I am a fiercely independent, highly educated, phenomenal sorceress. Respect is an incredibly vital currency that must be correctly earned, applying the phenomenally difficult lessons that we deeply learned. Postures standing straight, masters of our fate. Dignity is shown, sitting on the throne. Island royalty commanding respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in a phenomenally beautified sovereigns of this remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride everywhere we physically choose to go. True kings and queens serve their people with an absolute devotion, governing this remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean. Remarkably royal blood, we have miraculously survived the incredibly massive historical flood. Let our absolute nobility shine brightly through our everyday action, remaining completely immune to the incredibly petty global distraction. Crown your mind, rule your heart, noble part. Island royalty commanding respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in a phenomenally beautified sovereigns of this remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride everywhere we physically choose to go. True kings and queens serve their people with an absolute devotion, governing this remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean. Reign forever, island span, royalty of the sand. Inheriting the remarkably beautiful, phenomenally pristine beach, keeping the most valuable lessons comfortably within our reach. Our bloodlines contain an incredibly noble, deeply resilient trace,
projecting a remarkably dignified, phenomenally unshakable grace. We do not require diamonds to validate our undeniable self-worth. We are the legitimate, highly respected inheritors of this earth.
The vast ocean serves flawlessly as our protective,
magnificent moat, standing incredibly tall inside my remarkably humble woven coat. Wealth is entirely measured by the deeply unified, strong community, rejecting the incredibly toxic, highly divisive global disunity. Palm trees act perfectly as our spectacularly tall green flags, refusing to be defined by our historically torn, impoverished rags.
Polishing the leather dancing shoes until they absolutely shine, stepping completely over the boring, restrictive, invisible line, entering the crowded dance hall with a remarkably fierce intent, ensuring that every single ounce of my kinetic energy is spent. Skirts are flying dangerously high with every sudden rapid twirl, becoming the most unstoppable, fiercely energetic, confident girl.
adjusting the brim of my incredibly stylish vintage fedora hat, moving across the floorboard quicker than a frightened alley cat, wearing a remarkably sharp, highly tailored black and white suit, kicking a phenomenal rhythm with my heavy
steel-toed boots. Sweat is pouring heavily down my deeply exhausted, smiling face, keeping the ridiculously fast, phenomenally demanding upbeat pace. Horns are blowing loud, jumping in the crowd, tempo running hot, giving all we got. Golden sky demanding every single person to get up and move, caught entirely within this phenomenally aggressive, happy groove, bouncing incredibly high up on the heavily scuffed wooden floor, screaming at the exhausted band to play a little something more. Music is the absolute best medicine for a phenomenally heavy heart, tearing the incredibly boring, mundane reality completely apart.
Spinning my exhausted partner with a highly coordinated dizzy spin, refusing to let the incredibly miserable worldly problems win. The snare drum is cracking violently like a heavily whiplash, watching the phenomenally loud, brilliantly shiny
Cymbals crash,
adrenaline is flooding rapidly through my entirely
frantic vein,
ignoring the incredibly sharp,
wonderfully physical muscle pain. Heels are clicking furiously exactly upon the syncopated beat, generating a phenomenally intense, remarkably localized heat, catching my ragged breath during the remarkably brief saxophone solo, dipping incredibly fast, dangerously and spectacularly deeply low. The entire room is vibrating from the incredibly massive sound, lifting my tired feet completely off the heavily stomped ground. Horns are blowing loud, jumping in the reality completely apart.
Trip and fall. Let the incredibly rapid upstroke eliminate the societal depression. Engaging in this phenomenally wild, beautifully physical expression. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Do not stop, never drop it. Golden sky demanding every single person to get up and move. Caught entirely within this phenomenally aggressive, happy groove. Bouncing incredibly high up on the heavily scuffed wooden floor. Screaming at the exhausted band to play a little something more. Music is the absolute best medicine for a phenomenally heavy heart. Tearing the incredibly boring, mundane reality completely apart. Keep on jumping, skank all night. Everything is feeling right. Guiding the weary caravan across the barren frontier, wiping away every single drop of collective inherited tear, carrying the heavy responsibility upon my aching shoulder, watching the youngest generations grow significantly older, pointing my wooden staff towards the distant promised peak, providing a powerful voice for the marginalized and the meek.
Navigating the treacherous valleys and the treacherous slopes, bearing the unbelievable weight of a million fragile hopes, refusing to abandon the stragglers falling behind the line, seeking constantly for a divine, validating heavenly sign. The diadem of leadership is forged from suffering and pain, enduring the harshness of the freezing torrential rain.
Head, ensuring that the migrating population is adequately fed, leading the chosen people directly out of their captive state, overcoming the terrifying obstacles of a cruel, unjust fate. Marching consistently toward our designated holy sanctuary, writing a completely brand new glorious vocabulary.
Parting the dangerous rivers with the steadfast iron resolve, watching the enemy's oppressive wicked strategies dissolve, standing at the absolute forefront of this massive migration, building the fundamental pillars of a liberated nation, ignoring the cynical critics and the treacherous betrayal, sailing forward without needing any conventional sails.
Healing the blistered souls with soothing botanical balm, singing ancient hymns to maintain a necessary unified calm. Prophecies are unfolding exactly as the elders foretold, witnessing the courage of the community becoming bold, leaving the monumental pyramids of slavery in the dust, operating solely on a profound, unshakable mutual trust. Mountains standing tall, hear the righteous call, crossing border
deadly fate. Leading the chosen people directly out of their captive state, overcoming the terrifying obstacles of a cruel, unjust fate. Marching consistently toward our designated holy sanctuary, writing a completely brand new glorious vocabulary. Turning around, our future is firmly planted upon this newly discovered ground. The tyrannical pharaohs have permanently lost their grip. We have successfully survived this arduous, epic trip. Step forward, do not yield, claim the land, plant the field. Exodus crown resting heavily upon a designated hill, ensuring that the migrating population is adequately fed. Leading the chosen people directly out of the captive state, overcoming the terrifying obstacles of a cruel, unjust fate. Marching consistently toward our designated holy sanctuary, writing a completely brand new glorious vocabulary. Journey ends, freedom rings, peasants rise, crowned as kings. Leaping effortlessly across the massive falling log, emerging stealthily from the dense morning fog, pulsing with the feral, deeply instinctual energy, unleashing a terrifying, beautiful, raw synergy. Claws extending sharply to grip the slippery moss, proving completely who is the undeniable boss.
Howling loudly at the crescent glowing lunar sphere, operating entirely without the concept of fear. Muscles contracting rapidly in a synchronized flex, engaging in a ritual that is remarkably complex.
Pouncing suddenly upon the unsuspecting target, leaving the domesticated, civilized life to forget. Heartbeats racing fast, inhibitions cast, animal inside, nowhere left to hide. Savage groove dictating every single physical move, having absolutely nothing left to formally prove. Sweating profusely while swinging from the highest vine, blurring the human and the biological boundary line, surrendering entirely to the chaotic primal beat, stomping the forest floor with incredibly wild feet.
Roaring powerfully to establish dominance today, scaring the weaker, cowardly competitors away. Camouflage perfectly among the vibrant green leaves, stealing the momentum like a pack of cunning thieves. Adrenaline pumping forcefully through the bulging vein, releasing the ferocious beats from its rusty chain.
Shedding the restrictive garments of polite society, embracing this wonderful chaotic notoriety, biting into the metaphorical juicy forbidden fruit, following the ancient ancestral biological route, panting heavily from the intense acrobatic exertion, enjoying this spectacular uninhibited diversion. Heartbeats racing fast, inhibitions cast, animal inside, nowhere left to hide. Savage groove dictating every single physical move, having absolutely nothing left to formally prove. Sweating profusely while swinging from the highest vibe, blurring the human and the Logic is completely useless inside the deep wild. Revert immediately to the untamed pharaoh child. Let the aggressive tempo manipulate your spine. Drink deeply from the jungle's intoxicating wine. Breathe deep, let it out, show your teeth, scream and shout. Savage groove, dictating every single physical move. Having absolutely nothing left to formally prove. Sweating profusely while swinging from the highest vine. Blurring the human and the biological boundary line. Surrendering entirely to the chaotic primal beat. Stomping the forest floor with incredibly wild feet. Beats away, jungle shake, savage rhythm never breaks. Beats away, jungle shake, savage rhythm never breaks. Snorkeling gently above the magnificent pink polyps. Fascinated by the symbiotic, delicate marine relationships. Observing the anemone swaying perfectly in the shallow tide, where the tiny neon-colored clownfish playfully hide. Filtering the pure sunlight through the turquoise clear bay, preserving this ecological masterpiece in every possible way. Guarding the fragile calcium structures from the anchor's drop, ensuring the destructive, careless human interference will stop. Swimming effortlessly alongside the graceful ancient sea turtle, jumping over every single environmental hazardous hurdle. Appreciating the stunning biodiversity of the living reef, finding immense therapeutic and undeniable emotional relief. Fins are gliding slow, watch the flora glow, protecting what we see. Perfect harmony, coral jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose. Embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine. Witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like the spectacular living sponge, taking a simultaneous, completely dedicated romantic plunge. Documenting the incredibly rare spotted stingray passing by, reflecting the beautiful azure tint of the tropical sky. Nurturing the aquatic garden with the passionate, tender care, realizing that this spectacular ecosystem is phenomenally rare. Cleaning the microscopic debris from the branching, fragile arms, protecting the territory from all potential looming harms. Floating weightlessly within this magnificent, salty embrace, occupying a wonderfully vibrant, entirely magical space. Kelp forest dancing rhythmically to the ocean's gentle hum, listening to the remarkably subtle, natural underwater drum, translating the silent poetry of the diverse aquatic life, eradicating any unnecessary mainland terrestrial strife. Fins are gliding slow, watch the flora glow, protecting what we see. Perfect harmony, cold jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose. Embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine. Witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like
priceless and valuable oceanic treasure. The beauty contained herein is entirely beyond human measure. If we nurture the environment, it will surely nurture us back, keeping this biological, magnificent wonderland perfectly on track. Dive deep, swim near water, clean vision, clear. Coral jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose. Embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine, witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like the spectacular living sponge, taking a simultaneous, completely dedicated romantic plunge. Protect the reef, love the sea, coral shines for you and me. Tiny seeds blowing across the heavily polluted intersection, finding the miraculous, unlikely space for pure perfection. Sprouting bravely through the cracks of the industrial pavement, defying the heavy machinery and the urban enslavement. Reaching upward toward the sliver of available sunlight, fighting a remarkably quiet, incredibly persistent fight.
Smog is choking the heavily congested metropolitan air, but this botanical miracle is growing entirely without despair. Pedestrians are stepping blindly over the vibrant yellow petals, a fragile organism surviving amidst the cold, rusted metal, drinking the oily contaminated runoff from the gutter, making the cynical hardened city dwellers quietly mutter. Roots push down under the town stem, stand straight, conquering fate. Concrete flower blooming miraculously in the rigid zone, proving that true beauty can absolutely grow from stone, standing out brilliantly against the monotonous gray skyline, offering a profoundly inspiring, wonderfully biological sign. Resilience is woven directly into your microscopic cellular core, opening an impossible, previously locked natural door. Bulldozers threatening to flatten the developing delicate leaf, but your mere existence provides a monumental visual relief, vibrating gently whenever the subterranean subway trains pass. A tiny oasis of life consisting of a single blade of grass, ignoring the toxic fumes emitting from the exhaust pipe, waiting patiently until the exact moment is completely right. Monochrome landscapes desperately need your fluorescent hue, showing the neighborhood something incredibly fresh and new, surviving the harsh freezing fogs to the bitter midwinter, acting as a tiny yet incredibly powerful biological splinter. Nature will continuously find a clever, unconventional way, paving over the earth will only work for a temporary day. Your roots push down under the town stem, stand straight, conquering fate. Concrete flower blooming miraculously in the rigid zone, proving that true beauty can absolutely grow from stone, standing out brilliantly against the monotonous gray skyline, offering a profoundly inspiring, wonderfully biological sign. Resilience is woven directly into your microscopic cellular core,
occupying this extremely hostile, incredibly unlikely space. Push through, reach high, ignore the gray, touch the sky.
Concrete flowers blooming miraculously in the rigid zone, proving that true beauty can absolutely grow from stone. Standing out brilliantly against the monotonous gray skyline, offering a profoundly inspiring, wonderfully biological sign. Resilience is woven directly into your microscopic cellular core, opening an impossible, previously locked natural door. Battles unfold in the street. Life always